So as promised, today I want to talk about information in the digital age specifically, but at the preface of this, I want to say something that's important. I believe information for all is a net positive. I think that people who have access to information become more informed on what they want to become informed on. And books are a great example of this. If you're interested in astrology and you want to learn about it, you can go to your library. And that's essentially what the internet is. It is a worldwide, endless encyclopedia of information. And I think in the beginning, this was a very positive thing. You could find out how to repair your car. You could look up something with your health. You could find all this information on whatever pertained to you. But somewhere along this journey, I think as humanity, we made a switch into just pumping information into people that they weren't looking for. So in the beginning, like I said, you would go search for it. But now we're at a point where you're scrolling. You're doom scrolling at 2 a.m. You got to get up 6 and you're researching quarks for no reason. And although this is entertaining, I think there's something negative going on here, or something not negative, but potentially detrimental. And I think it's best illustrated with the Dunning-Kruger effect, which I'm going to try my best to explain. It's kind of a tongue twister, but the more you know, the less you believe you understand. The less you know, the more you believe you understand. And essentially, this is getting at this point that as you increase complexity, you realize that it is infinite. You can study anything your entire life. I'm talking the structure of the spoon versus the fork, how that came to be, how humans evolved into whatever, how cars became the way they are. It is very interesting and fascinating, but I think this is what I'm getting at here. In the beginning of the digital age, we chose to go down that path. And then I think it was somewhat focused, there was engagement involved. But we've reached a point now where when you are on TikTok or Instagram, you're letting the algorithm do that for you. And that has a two-part problem, in my opinion. First and foremost, it's information that you didn't ask for. It's stuff that you might not be interested in, and although the algorithm can kind of sift that out, it's been my experience that for the most part, you're just engaging with viral content. And the second part of this is that you're not actually engaging with it. You're just consuming it. It's almost like junk food at that point. Although for some people, it might be valuable to see how you can forge a spoon from a quarter, for the vast majority of us, this does nothing in our day-to-day life, and therefore it is useless information. And at the heart of this whole idea I'm having is this concept that when you add variables, when you add complexity, things become more confusing. And I think that's the position myself and many of us have found ourselves in life, where there are so many options and we see so many ways to go about living that we're just quite frankly confused. I think that's part of the reason I ended up in my car. That's part of the reason I didn't end up using my college degree. I had too many options. I was exposed to too much information, and I never focused on one thing. I think I am almost the living embodiment of kind of this sporadic mindset that a lot of us have now. And obviously, there are many things that I could get into. The damage to attention span, the confusion of society. There are so many negative aspects to this that I think we need to find some kind of moderation. And it's my intuition that this could potentially come from focusing on things once again. Rather than mindlessly consuming information, we should be focused on what it is that we're actually interested in. And obviously, some people are doing this. There are a lot of people out there who are absolutely borderline autistically fixated on what makes them go. But if you're like me, a curious person, you've probably fallen victim to this. And that's the whole message in today's video, really, is that I think information in the digital age is a double-edged sword. You have all the information, but now, because of all the information being at the tip of your fingers, you don't know what it is that you actually are interested in anymore. There are so many fascinating things in life that you are expanding the scope of your brain to the point where you're kind of just dabbling at all the trailheads, but not going down any of them. I'm curious what you guys think about this. For now, these are my introductory thoughts on the subject. That's all I gotta say. I hope you guys are having a good one. Catch you tomorrow.